What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Buildit video. Today we're going to be doing a contest to mayor's walkthrough. This video will likely be just of her specific choices, but I do have a couple other people's lists that I'm going to be going through today, so if you find these videos to be helpful, then you may want to check out the other ones that are going to be posted later on after this one. Okay. This person is in my CoM training course. They've been in my CoM training course for a while, and for the most part, they actually do quite a bit of their choices are good, right? I would say 90% of the time they are right around where they should be or making the right choice. Now, what I've noticed with a lot of players is that when I send them off on their own, they do really badly. And what's interesting about that is oftentimes I'm not giving them the answers. So with certain people, they require less supervision, right? So for instance, I have two people in my CoM training course, two of them are really close to graduating. They make 99.9% of their decisions are correct. Therefore, I'm pretty confident that I don't need to look at their every decision all the time, giving, intense feedback. I look through, I see, okay, they're making all the right choices. I give them a thumbs up. Or if I see that they did something wrong or they're asking me for help, then I'll conversate with them. But for the most part, they do the majority of what they need to do, on their own. Now, what I've noticed, though, is that from many people, they will say things like, well, I would do this, but my gut tells me that I should not do this and that this is the right choice. More often than not, that gut instinct is what you should go with. Now, it appears as though when people are sent off on their own, they have something in the back of their head that's screaming, cancel that assignment, or don't do that, or pick this, and they ignore that little voice in their head. And they mess up. So this week I set everybody off on their own again because I wanted to see the mistakes that they make. So let's say that you're doing 99.9% right. That 1% that you're doing wrong could cost you the whole week. I have told people many, many times that certain decisions are made, can have major effects on your score, whereas others not so much. But more importantly, that you know what you're doing wrong. If you are not having to see your mistakes being made and actually see the repercussions of your mistakes, you're not going to do any better. Now, these scores are really bad, okay? The two people that I'm going to be reviewing today did terrible. I'm just going to start off with that. So this is not a good week for either one of them. But if anything, it proves not only, one, how my method works and why it works, but it proves what they're doing wrong, and hopefully they'll be able to correct it because hopefully they'll be able to see it now that it's being laid out for them from a bystander's perspective. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I will show you guys where they went wrong and how you can implement it into your game if you're in fact doing the same thing as them. Okay, so the very first thing that we always do is we do our task assessment right off the get-go, and that is she is a level 24 player. She is camping. There's little to no room on her experience bar, so she's not going to be doing any kind of upgrades. She has, we are on a war schedule, so she is in war, so we do have that. But she, let's see. Okay. So she's got 25 tickets, so she's good on that, but she's not going to be using tickets this week because she did really bad. It would be a waste. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in and look at her list. War deliveries, that would be 3,000 points. That would be the very first thing she would do, correct? Well, probably, but we're going to keep looking. She's got an upgrade design challenge for 2,400. Well, the design challenge is still 2 days away at this point. She can't do the upgrade, and canceling it Is it an option? It is an option, but let's keep looking and see if we should in fact cancel. She has a Latin upgrade at 2,400. Now, because this is a Latin upgrade, this one can actually be worth 3,600 points. So I recommend, if you can cancel something else that it can only be worth 3,000 points, to do that instead of canceling the Latin, right? So we're actually not going to pick cancel Latin anytime soon. She has an epic project for 1,600, cargo at 1,200, simoleons at 1,200, sugar at 1,200. So sugar's out, right? So right now we've got rotatable epic, rotatable cargo, and rotatable coin. We've got cross off the sugar, rotatable bricks, and a cross off the list monster. Monsters at 1,000, that's completely out. So 2 of the tasks that we know we are not going to touch at all for the duration of the contest is the sugar and the monster. And the very last upgrade in the list, which is the 1,000 Tokyo. The rotatable tasks right now would be the war booster, the bricks, and the VU. Then you have your cargo and epic, and you have the coins. The coins would be the last rotatable option in this list. The coins are only meant to be done either when you are near the end of the list and you're going for points over opportunity, or if you have run out of all opportunity and have no other rotatable premiums or low non-premiums, right? So the coins would be the last thing that she would pick if she was in a rotatable situation, if she had all of these others. So going back up to the top of the list, what should be her first choice? Her very first choice would be to clear that 3,000 point task, right? So she should do the deliveries right away. Not only is war a limited thing, but clearing that 3K task is what is most important. So she does the war deliveries. Okay. And she gets an 800 Paris. So now she has to reassess her list. And she's looking at the fact that she's got a design challenge upgrade for 2,400, a Latin upgrade for 2,400. That's taking up 2 out of her 4 2K placements. So it's not quite problematic just yet. We don't want to cancel right now because what will likely happen is it will likely kick back another upgrade, being how she has such a wide variety on her list already. Given the fact that she has 2 2K upgrades or higher, plus the one at the bottom, she has plenty of rotatable premiums that she could utilize right now. It would not make sense to cancel right now. Canceling, when you do a one-time cancellation, it's 3,000 points or higher, normally. That's the only time you do a one-time cancellation. If you're doing a double cancellation, it's usually because you have at least 4 of your 2K tasks taken up, and that you're at least doing 2 out of the 4 are upgrades that you're canceling. It doesn't make sense to cancel any one of these 2 upgrades on their own, and it certainly doesn't make sense to do a double cancellation this early on when she still has points available. So what would be her next move? What should be her next choice? Well, let's move down the list. She's got a 1,600 epic. That's her next highest premium, right? Then she has the launch VU. Well, the epic points are at 1,600. She should do the epic for 1,600. That should be her next move. But she cancels the design upgrade. Okay, this was a huge mistake. You can only cancel so many times, right? Now, the odds of her getting an upgrade are really, really, really high that it's going to kick back another upgrade, especially this early on. She should have waited and seen how her game was going to react, right? And cleared up some of her rotatable stuff. Before you rotate, whenever you cancel before rotation, it's because you want to open up opportunity. The opportunity was already opened up for her. She didn't need to cancel to have that opportunity available, but she did. So basically, when you cancel when you don't need to, typically what ends up happening is you take the risk with little opportunity of reward, right? So by her cancel, why did she cancel now? She probably looked at her list and thought, well, I have two 2,400 point tasks sitting there. One of them she knew was the design challenge and wouldn't be available for days, right? So she must have thought, maybe, I don't know I honestly don't know what logic went through her head on this one, because it wasn't worth 3,000 points. Had it been worth 3,000 points, it would have been taking up that 3K placement, and that would have made sense. This does not make sense. But anyway, she does the cancellation, and she gets hit with a 3K Paris upgrade. Now, at this point, the last thing I would do is cancel this Paris upgrade, okay? Given the fact that it kicked her a upgrade under this circumstance, the fact that she just canceled, I would not cancel it just yet. I would try to get through some of my rotatable premiums first. Now, she cancels it immediately, so now she has to make up for 2 cancellations, which is 4 3,000 point tasks or 8 2,500 point tasks. So she cancels the 3K Paris, and then she gets a 2K repair, which she does. Now, that's fine because she needs to make up points. Okay, so that was the correct choice. But now she gets hit with a 2,500 design challenge, submitted design challenge. Well, this is something that she cannot do. And now it's taking up one of her 2,500 placements. But it's not blocking anything at this current time, right? So it's kind of the same situation with the, hang on just a second here. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so looking at her list right now, what we know is that there's several things that you want to look at, and that is opportunity. Okay. You want to look at, when I say opportunity, what does that mean? What are you guys looking at? When I say you need to look at opportunity, that means 2 things. You have the opportunity that it can pop up in your list, like what's available to you, what opportunities are you opening up, and then you have opportunity as in like what can actually be given to you in terms of like an assignment, right? So for instance, let's just, for the theory is, more often than not, you can have about 2 3,000 point tasks and 4 tasks between about 1,700 and 2,500, right? That's the average. Now, what you want to look at is that your 4 2K tasks are not being taken up. If they are being taken up, you need to figure out some way to open up that chair, so to speak, that placement, okay? Now, in this case, she still has room for high tasks to pop up. So the fact that she's already canceled twice now, she can't afford to make a 3rd cancellation, especially on a task that is so new to the game and that isn't worth 3,000 points, right? And given the fact that she doesn't have anything else, it's not blocking anything at this current time. So what is her next play here? Well, let's zoom in on her list. So we know that canceling the design challenge is a no-go. Delivery to Paris is way too low. Okay, she has higher premiums that are rotatable. She has a 2,500 Latin upgrade. Now, we wouldn't cancel that given these circumstances. She has a 1,600 Epic, which is technically a non-premium, but the thing with the Epic is that normally it does kick you back 2 or 3 Epic tasks worth about 2,000 points or 2,400 points. If it kicked her back a low one, it would be in her list worth a low value and she wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But it is holding that 1,600 placement. Therefore, it's right around that 2,000 point mark, so it needs to be cleared. Now, she's got cargo and coin. If she was going to pick between coin or cargo, she would pick cargo over coin. So we know that if we have to pick between cargo and Epic, we're going to go with Epic. So right now, Epic is looking like her best option, but let's keep looking. Sugar is out. Bricks are lower than Epic, so that's out. And then she has that VU at the bottom for the 1,000. Now that is a possibility to open up something better, but given the fact that she has so many other tasks here that are higher, it wouldn't make sense right now to do the VU just yet. You would do Epic over VU given the current circumstances. So her next play should be the Epic. Now, I don't know what she did, but let's find out. So she does bricks. Now, this choice makes zero sense to me whatsoever. Okay? So what I do whenever I see somebody makes a choice, I think about what reason they chose that specific assignment over anything else. Why did she choose bricks over VU? It's only 80 points higher and it opens up less possibility. Just because something is premium doesn't mean it offers the same type of opportunity versus reward or versus risk or vice versa. Like, okay, for example, Epic and Cargo are non-premium assignments. VU, Repair, and Keys are non-premium assignments. But they don't all have the same kickback rate, right? The same algorithm. They're not all going to kick back at the same time. They're not always all in your list. Every assignment has its own algorithm to it, and you learn these algorithms as you proceed on. So bricks technically, if you want to get down to it, a premium, we call it a premium task whenever you do production. But technically, most productions are non-premium. Now, that is not the key feature here, though. The key feature is not that it is premium or non-premium. The key factor here is opportunity and reward. The opportunity is lower on the bricks than it would have been on the Epic. The points are lower on the bricks than it would have been on the Epic. So it just doesn't make sense to go with the bricks. Now, let's say that the Epic didn't exist, right? Let's say that it wasn't there at all. It still doesn't make sense to go with the bricks over the VU under these circumstances because of the fact that she has such a wide variety on her list. It shows that she would want to open up that possibility. Then she also has a Cargo for 1200. So you would actually go with the Cargo over the bricks if the VU wasn't there because it's 200 higher. She's got to make up those points, and Cargo it's going to open up a better opportunity, right, than the bricks at this current time, given the fact that she has 2 cancellations. If she didn't have those 2 cancellations, she could afford to have a little bit of wiggle room to go ahead and do the bricks over the Cargo. But either way, that wouldn't have been the right choice either. The only logical solution right now is the Epic. That's it. There was no reason to pick bricks at all. So whatever was going through her head, that I don't know. My guess is she thought that it was her highest premium. But, I mean, you don't go with your highest premium. You do go with your highest premium, but you don't go through all your highest premiums first and then move to your highest non-premiums, right? So like, for instance, if she was to follow that logic, going back to when she had the 2,000 point repair VU, that was a non-premium task, but she chose that over her highest premium. Why? Because it hit that 2K value. That 1600 Epic is right around that same value. It's right around 16 to 1700 points is the threshold for a 2K task. So she should have cleared that Epic, but she didn't. So she does the bricks and she gets a 1600 repair. Okay, so at this point, the repair for 1600, it doesn't make sense to do the repair, right? Because it's only 1600, it's non-premium, and it's one of those non-premiums that's almost always in your list. It comes back within 2 or 3 tasks. So the next choice, again, we're going back to the Epic. It should be the 1600 Epic, which she does. And she gets a 1600 keys. Now at this point, she needs to reassess her situation, which shows me that she canceled a 2,500 point task. This right here was a huge mistake. She canceled to open up opportunity that was already open. She didn't need to cancel right now. She only had one 2,500 point task and then one 2,400 point upgrade. There was nothing blocking anything good from popping up. There was no reason to cancel that whatsoever. So what would her next play have been had she not done the Submit Design Challenge cancellation? Well, let's see. She's got 2 tasks at 1,600, but those are keys and repairs, so those are out. We want to open up something a little bit better here. She's got the 1,200 cargo, the 1,200 coins, but then she's got the 1K VU. So it comes down to either the cargo or the VU. Those open up the best possibility with right around the same amount of points value. Now, she could do the keys or the repair, but the probability of them coming back worth a lower or higher value, how is that going to affect her? If it comes back with a lower value, it's just there again, and it's opened up no opportunity. Given how many assignments she has left, and given the current circumstances, she needs to open up better opportunity in order to stack up more points. Sure, she could probably, you know, go for the VU repair and the keys and just try to, you know, go for quick, fast, easy points. But being how quick or how early on it is, if she doesn't make a major change, like right now, she's going to fuck up her whole week. It's going to be destroyed, if it isn't already. And this third cancellation, it put it over the top. Like this right here is where her entire week just plummeted. So she should not have canceled that. She should have went with the VU. Why the VU? Because she hasn't tried it yet. She doesn't know if it's going to kick her back something good. She needs to open up that 3K possibility. Right now, it's non-existent. Okay? It's worth taking the 200 points risk on the doing it over the cargo, right? To open up that possibility. So VU should have been her next choice, but she did the cancel design challenge. So she cancels that, and she gets her epic. Her, you know, it's pretty routine that you're going to get epic projects back to back when you do your assignments. That is why I always tell people, once you meet the requirements for your epic, stop and wait and continue on and make sure that you don't get any other epic tasks, and then allow yourself enough time to finish the epic project. That way you don't run out of your ability to do that. She could have finished her epic, but then she wouldn't have been able to do this 2,000 point task. So it's really important that you don't blow through your epic projects. Okay, she gets a delivery to London for 2,000, which she would have done. And then she gets her 2,400 epic, which she would have done. Now, here she's faced with another situation. So she's, again, going back to the task assessment. 1,600 keys, repair, and glue. Okay, so she's got that VU at the bottom. Still, it hasn't been done, so that possibility is completely closed off. Now, right now, she can't afford to clear the VU just yet because she already kind of missed her window to do that. Now, a lot of you guys need to understand when to take those windows. For instance, many of you guys will postpone, let's say, a launch 1K war assignment because you're like, well, I still have 18 hours left on war. Don't think of it like that. Think of it like, is this the opportunity? And if it is, take it, because you may not get another window of opportunity to do so with the right decision being made, right? So like, let's say that is the right choice to do the VU, and you don't do it, and then you get 2,000 point tasks and 2,400 point tasks, and you keep going, and then it's like, now you're forced to do it when you really shouldn't have done it. You missed your window of opportunity. So always do things when you're supposed to do them, not when you want to do them, right? So go by the rules that I've taught you. Don't go by, well, I know I should do this, but I can hold off. Don't do that. It'll screw you up. So in her case, glue would be the next choice. So she does glue, and she gets that 2,500 design challenge, comes right back. Okay, this is not good, right? So this is her, what, third cancellation already. So she's got to make up for That's 6 3K tasks in order to bring her average up to a 2,000 point average. That's saying that she gets a 2,000. That's saying that she holds a 2,000 point average on all current and future tasks. She would need 6 3K tasks to make up for it. So now she does the War Booster. This was the correct choice because of the fact that it comes between War Booster and VU. Now, War Booster opens up better possibilities of the fact that War is a limited thing. She would need to do that when available. Now, War Booster is something that should open up something good, but the problem is it could open up something good that she doesn't want, like a 3,000 upgrade or something, which right now would be really bad considering that she has used up her cancellations on stuff she shouldn't have canceled. So now when the cancellations come in where she has to cancel, now she's screwed. So she gets a 2,000 London delivery in placement of the War Booster, which she does, and then she gets a 1,200 Old Town building. Now this is a great sign. So it did kick her back that upgrade, but it kicked her back that upgrade at a low value. That particular type of house upgrade can come in worth 3,600 points, so it's really good that it came in for a low value. Now, now she does the keys. Now at this point, my guess is she's trying to make up for some points, but she made a vital mistake again. She shouldn't have done keys here. It opens up 0 opportunity for her, right? So she still has that VU at the bottom of her list. She's got the cargo that she could have cleared. She's got coins she could have cleared, but she chose the keys, right? VU should have been chose over keys. So she does the keys and she gets a 1560 minerals task. Again, at this point, she really needs to open up some better opportunities, because if you notice and you look really close, she's been kicked mostly with 14 to 1,500 point tasks, right? So it would stand to reason that she needs to start opening up opportunities. So when you look at the type of tasks that she can get, looking at the premium tasks that are available to her, she's got airport premiums and she's got production, which aren't usually worth 3,000 points. So the only ones that can come in right now worth 3,000 points are the airport, and she doesn't have VU coming in because that's blocked off. She's got her cargo ship deliveries are blocked off, which is fine because, you know, that one is only worth about 1,800 anyways. And she's got production, which, okay, that's not really a real thing to fall back on in terms of, you know, premiums. And then she has all of her war ones are available. So right now she needs to start scrambling her list up, and dinking around with non-premiums is not going to get her the score that she needs to get to, right? So that just doesn't make sense. So she gets her war disaster upgrade. Now at this point, I would have known better. At this point, I would have said, I fucked up, I messed up my whole week, and I don't want to screw it up any further. So I would be looking at my average, and I would say, okay, I've got 15 tasks done, and I've got a score of 21,000. So unless she makes a serious comeback, which, let's face it, I mean, it's not looking too good. Given the fact that she's limited on her tickets and probably her war cards, given the fact that she also has a 2,500 submit design challenge in her list, again, after canceling it, and she still has so many tasks remaining, I probably would have thrown in the towel. I probably would have said, look, I screwed up too bad, and this is not doable. This is not fixable, and it's just going to be a waste of my resources. I probably would have just done quick, fast, easy points and done the best I could to just make up for what I could. But she didn't, and she proceeded on as if she would play normally, which is fine, you know. So under those circumstances, yes, you would do the work hard disaster. upgrade war card, which was 3,000, which she did. Now she gets a 1,200 legendary attack, which this would be her next play. It's her highest premium. She would get it done. Okay, now she gets a 2,400 epic point task. Now I don't know how many epic points she's done, how much time it's been, and if this is even an option for her at this current time. But she does it, so it must have been an option for her to get done. Now she gets a deliveries to London for 1,000. So right here, again, this is her window of opportunity to clear that VU that's been sitting at the bottom of her list for 20 freaking tasks. So it comes down to, she's got 2 premiums, both at the same value, but the difference is one costs cash and one does not. One has been given to her just now, and the other one has been sitting there since the beginning of time, right? So VU is her next place. She needs to get that VU done. Or she needs to go for even the cargo, but definitely, given the circumstances that she has the 1,000 premium, she would not do cargo, right? So basically what you're doing, anytime that you're unsure of what to do, go through your list and ask yourself this or that, right? Why this and why not that? And then do that, get it down to the couple tasks that you know it would be, and then go through the pros and cons. Okay, she could do London or she could do VU. They're both the same points value, right? One costs cash and one does not. So there's that. But what else? Okay, one's been sitting there for a really long time, whereas the other one just popped up. One opens up the possibility of VU tasks popping up. One opens up the possibility of an airport popping up. So if it hasn't been cleared yet, she doesn't know if VU is something that would give her something good or bad. She hasn't tested the waters yet to see. So she should have done the VU. But she does the London. This was again a big mistake, right? So now she gets a 1,400 donuts. Now at this point, I know she probably went with donuts. At this point, I would have done the VU. Again, this thing should have been done forever ago. She needs to open up that possibility, at least test the waters and see. So she does the donuts, and she gets her 2,400 epic challenge, which she does. And then she gets her 800 war attack. Okay, so right here, I don't know how much time is left in war, but it's only worth 800 points. She has other rotatable options. So this would be a no-go. She has way too many options still available. If it was a rare or a legendary war attack, we would be talking a little bit different. Given the fact that it's a common launch disaster attack, and given the fact that it's so low, and she has that VU at the bottom, she has Paris even, she has cargo, she has coins, all of these other things that she can utilize first, it would not make sense to go with the 800 war. So again, going with that launch VU is what she should have done. Why she picked the 800 war is beyond me. That right there makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, my guess is she thought, well, war's ending and maybe I can open up something. Well, first off, you need to make up some points, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are not doing too good. And if it kicked you an 800 point task and it just kicked you a 1,000 point task, you need to look at the type of tasks you have in your list. So anytime that you're looking at algorithm as to what possibilities are available to you, you're looking for 2 things: points values and types of tasks. So she's got design, upgrade, war, cargo, VU, VU repair, coin, airport. She's got a wide variety here, right? So she needs to start scrambling up some of these rotatable tasks. Now, if you were to break down her list and essentially, at the beginning of the week, right at the very beginning, when you first get your task list, mind you, I really would have liked to have some bottom screenshots every 5 or so screenshots. I say this to you guys all the time. Try to take a picture of the bottom of the list, okay? Because it's super annoying that I don't have this to look at. But every time that you start off your week, looking at your main tasks versus your rotatable tasks versus your no-touch tasks. You can do that anytime, okay? Anytime during the contest. That's what a task assessment is. That's all you're doing. A task assessment is how you determine which assignment to do. But what most people fail to do is they don't do a full task assessment, a list assessment. They just look at the top tasks. More often than not, they don't look past the first 4 tasks. They don't look at the bottom of their list. They don't think to go through everything. They think, okay, this is what I got. They get tunnel vision and they focus on just that one thing. You cannot do that. You will fail miserably. So if you were to look at her list as if it was the beginning of the contest, right? Would you have chosen the 800 war? No, you would not have. She would have looked at that list, and what would she have chosen? She would have chosen she probably would have chosen the VU, honestly. Going based off of everything that she knows, she should have chose the VU. It makes the most sense. It opens up the best opportunity, and it gives more value in terms of points, right? But given the fact that she has 38 tasks left, she has a focus here. Normally, your focus is do the highest value you can, opening up the best opportunity as possible for the first 50 tasks, right? But given the fact that she had so many cancellations, she now is playing a little differently. Now she has to play maximum points, maximum opportunity. So she really has no room for error here. This right here opened up very minimal opportunity. It was another 1,200 point hit on her 2K average. And it just didn't make sense. So now she gets a 2,000 keys task. I don't recall her doing keys. Why? Hold on a minute. Oh, maybe she did. Okay, so she gets the 2,000 keys task. Now, given the fact that that's worth 2,000 points, that would be okay to do, right? So she would definitely do that. Now, if we look at the bottom of her list, we're crossing off the upgrade, the sugar, the monster. Those are all cross off 100% for the duration of the contest. So at the bottom, she's got the VU, the coins, the cargo. Those are her rotatable tasks. And then she has Paris as a rotatable task. And the repair. Okay. So right now, the only way that she's going to be able to open up opportunity is with the VU, the cargo, and the Paris. Those are her best opportunity tasks. Because if she does the repair or the coins, it's only going to open up opportunity for about 2 or 3 tasks. So let's proceed on here. After the keys, she gets saps for 800. So what is this showing you? This is showing you that the game is floating her at a 1K average. Why? Because she's in a position where she's put herself to only be getting a 1K average because she has so many things she has so many things blocking opportunity. She has the points she has the spots in terms of points being able to be popped up, right? The chair's there, but the people aren't, if that makes sense. So she really should have I don't understand why she hasn't done that VU yet. Like, that to me is like smack you in the forehead status. Like, what in the hell was she thinking? I don't understand why she hasn't done it. to be truthful. Like, normally she would have at least tested by now. This doesn't make sense. This isn't like her, is what I'm saying. Like, even the cargo, dude, anything. Something tells me she's going to go for these frickin' saps. And that is, again, a vital mistake. She just did an 800-point task for war, and she just got kicked an 800-point task. It's going to continue to kick her garbage. Why? Well, look at points values and algorithm. She's got 2 tasks worth 800 points. She's got 2 tasks right around 2,500 points. And then she's got the 1,500 or the 1,600 on the repair. And then she's got her 1,200 point tasks. So she has room for a high value task, but she has no type of task really to open up. The game's not going to kick you the same exact type of task every time, right? It's not going to be like airport, 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 airport. So if you're not allowing it to give you other tasks, it's not going to. So she does the SAPs. Wow. Yeah, that was no good. Okay. Then she gets a 2,000 point epic. So notice a pattern here. She did the 800 war attack, and then she got the 2,000 keys. Then she did the 800 saps, and she got the 2,000 epics. So it's holding her at a 2,800 average per 2 tasks. That's 1,500 roughly, right? So that's bad. That's really bad considering everything that's going on. So she does the epic, and she gets a 1,000 point Tokyo. Again, now we're back with the same position that we were at before. That VU at the bottom, or the Tokyo for 1,000. She should have went with the damn VU, but she went with Tokyo. She gets a 2,000 Paris. So we knew it was going to kick her a 2,000 task because it's been doing that. That's the pattern it's been doing, right? So now she's got 1, 2, 3 of her 4 tasks taken up of 2K value. Now she's running out of opportunity, okay? So she cancels the design challenge for 2,500. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. She still had opportunity for it to pop up. She couldn't afford another cancellation. She really couldn't. And if she was going to have to cancel again, it would have needed to be done on a 3K task or something given like a really dire situation. Right now, it's not going to open up much of anything for her. And even if it does, she's given minimal opportunity. She's dropping too many points. So she cancels the design challenge, and she gets a 1K Tokyo, which she does, and gets a 2,400 legendary attack, which she does, and then she gets her 800 epic points. So it kicked her 1,000 point task, then her 2,000, then back to her 800, right? So again, it's still floating her at that like 1,400 overall average. Man, this has been really tough to watch. This is bad. Okay, so, oh my god. Okay, at this point, she's 30 tasks in. She's got 43,000 points. This is the worst I've ever seen her do. So it's proof right here that my method works, because this is what happens when you do not follow the method. Okay? At this point, task assessment. Why did she pick the coins? What would possess somebody to pick the coins? If she was going for points, she would have went with the 1,600 repair. So that couldn't have been her thoughts. Her thoughts had to have been points and opportunity. So she gets 200 more points for the simoleons now, but opens up way less opportunity than if she would have done the VU at the bottom, right? Or even the cargo. The cargo would have been better than the coins, because when you look at it for cargo versus coin, cargo at least has the opportunity to come back worth 1800, right? But it comes in less frequently than coin. That VU task sitting at the bottom really fucked her week up. Okay? That 800 Paris, that 1200 cargo and that VU, it screwed her up. Those were rotatable tasks at the beginning. Okay? Those should have been rotated forever ago. So she does that. She gets her 1800 plastic. Now at this point, obviously she's going to go with plastic. Then she gets a 1600 regular residential. So now she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upgrades in her list. And then 2 of them are taking up a 2K value. The regular residential isn't too bad at the 1600, but the list is basically forcing her to pick either cargo or VU, right? So now she goes with the launch VU. 32 tasks in, and she goes with the VU. And she gets a 1500 flower. So she does the flower, and she gets the 1500 coin. Now, at this point, she's 27 tasks in. We still need to go for opportunity over value. She still should have went, right here she should have went with cargo, hands down. Okay? Cargo or even the repair to open up that placement because she's running out of 2K placements. But cargo would have been my go-to. And she does the coins. She gets a 3000 London delivery. And then notice how this is the first 3000 point task she's had this whole time. And it's because she cleared that VU. Okay, so she gets hit with a 1000 upgrade. Now, at least it came in for a 1000 value. Now she does the 800 Paris. Oh my god, dude, I'm about ready to beat my head up on a rock. Why? Why? You have cargo for 1200! Okay, look. Cargo is not something you would normally do, okay? But it's rotatable. It's worth more points. It's been in your list for a really long time. It would stand to reason that you would do it under these circumstances. If it comes back worth 1800, then it's going to be better than any task's value it's been giving you so far. And if it comes back for less, then you just win-win, so it's out of the way at that value, right? So at this point, the opportunity of the fact that you could do cargo and not see it again for the whole contest. But if you do coins, you know you're going to see it again. It's just a matter of how long, usually within 3 to 5 tasks. If you do monster or repair or whatever, you know you're going to see that task come back. Cargo is a hit and miss, right? So it's worth the risk. Paris, that one's risky, you know, and given the fact that it's 400 points lower and it just doesn't make sense. So she gets the launch to Club Wars. So I'm assuming she does that. Okay, I guess she did not do that. At this point, she was probably not in war, is why she didn't do that. So I would have went with cargo under these circumstances, depending on how long it was on the war. I would have either waited until I could launch for the war, or given the fact that this week is so frickin' screwed up anyways, again, I would have went with cargo. So she gets her damn coins task, comes right back, right? So at this point, cargo, again, would be my go-to, which she does not do. She cancels. Oh my god, dude. Are you serious right now? What the hell? Okay, so she does a double cancellation. And she cancels a 2K Paris, and a 1600 regular residential. So, first off, a double cancellation was not a good idea here. And the reason why is because, first off, the regular residential was at 1600. That should have been left alone. Because now it's probably going to come back worth like 2400 or higher. Or 2000 or higher. The 2000 Paris didn't need to be canceled. So she had the 2000 Paris, the 1600 regular residential, and then she had the Latin. That just didn't make sense. You know, I mean, it's too risky. She's already too many points in the hole. There was still opportunity. And given these circumstances, this was a horrible time to cancel. So she cancels and she gets smacked with a 2500 design challenge, which she's canceled twice now already, right? She got bread rolls on her second cancellation, which came in for 720. Well, she's got a 2000 point lunch club wars, 2500 design challenge she can't do, 2400 Latin. So if you look at it like this, production, design, coin. So design and coin, design has been proven that it's just going to keep coming back, okay? The upgrades, now all she's done is she's opened up the possibility for the game to kick her back some upgrade tasks, which was not worth the risk, to be honest with you, especially given these circumstances. So now she's canceled like 6 times or some shit. So let's see what she does. She does the rolls. Why? At this point, she should have either waited for the war or done the cargo. There's no reason whatsoever why she should have done rolls. Now, she gets a 1500 minerals, which she does, which she really shouldn't have done. At that point, she should have just waited for the launch club wars because, I mean, at this point right now, given the wide variety of points and type of task, this is not good. Okay, it's just going to keep giving her garbage. So she gets her 800 Paris. Oh my god, dude. Why? Why are you doing an 800 Paris when you have... Oh my god, dude. Okay. Cancels the Paris. Gets hit with a 960 corn. Does her club wars. Let me guess. She does corn. Oh my god. Okay. There's her 1600 residential. Oh, perfect. So now we're going back to the coins. Would have done no good so far. Now we got the minerals back. Perfect. Wonderful. Oh, okay. 1300 textiles. So now, let's see if now she picks cargo. Now she does the cargo. Bada boom. 2K task. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. She's got the 1100 coins. Now she's got a big problem. Where's the bottom of her list? Now she's screwed. Okay, so at this point, textiles is her go-to. Why is textiles her go-to? I'll tell you why. So she could do the coins, but we know they're going to come back and it opens up no opportunity. She's got 11 tasks remaining, which means right now, more than ever, she needs to hurry up, and right when you have 10 tasks remaining is when you want to move up all opportunity, because the moment that you hit tickets, it becomes about points, not opportunity, right? So Under this circumstance, the coins are not going to open up any opportunity here. It's just going to put her right back in the same boat that she's already in. She's got the chemicals, but they're for 47, which means it's 2 rounds, so it's 4 hours. The textiles come back less frequently. It's 1 round for 3 hours. The textiles, if they did come back, they could be worth more than the chemicals, and they come back less frequently. So it would stand to reason that she would want to do the textiles over the chemicals. Now, given the fact that she has no other options here, she does have that epic for 800, but I don't know what her epic timer is. If that is an option, she could do the epic while waiting for the textiles as a way to open something up. But she's pretty screwed right now. Her whole week is screwed up anyways, and she will likely not want to use tickets, so this is pretty much the end of her rope. So at this point, given the fact that her score is so damn low, it would not make sense to use tickets this round. Now, what the hell? Okay, so she does another cancellation. I don't know if at this point she just feels fuck it, but there you go. Hit yourself with another cancellation. Now she gets cargo again. And this is the 1200, so she, again, should have went with the textiles. So she does the 800 epic, gets her 2,000 keys, 2,400 epic, 1,200 keys. So here, at this point, given the fact that she has such a shitty average, pretty much no chance of winning, the right choice under her circumstances, given her current situation, would be the keys. Because now it's like, don't waste any resources, don't waste any cash, just say fuck it. But if we're going in terms of what the correct choice would have been, if she had not screwed up her average, the correct choice is to wait on the textiles. Now, she went and did the keys. Then she's got her 2,000 epic. She gets her 2K upgrade that comes back. She does her cargo, and she gets her 1,400 caps, which she does. And then her fuck my life picture. Yeah. So, this right here is a really good example of what happens when you don't follow the method, right? Just ignoring that one task for that long, the VU and the cargo, is what fucked up her whole week. And then the cancellations. So it wasn't just the cancellations. Like a lot of people, they'll be like, oh yeah, the cancellations hurt my score. Yes, they did. But in between the cancellations, that is where you have to see what you did wrong. And your choices made no sense. Now, this video is super long, so I'm going to go ahead and get it uploaded. But I'm going to get this other review done. Hopefully this helps people understand like how vital it is to do the right choice and why and all that.